So a while ago, I did a video talking about time to value and how to improve it and use it in the favor of the product that you're building. And someone asked a very interesting question. How can designers improve load time? From my perspective, I think there's one obvious way and a second less obvious way. So I'll start with the first one. The first way designers can improve load time on products is to significantly compress file size when they are handing off designs to developer or engineering teams. Now, there are several tricks and hacks that you can try. For images, I do several things. I like to use Photoshop Save for Web. It compresses images significantly without destroying the quality of that image. The second thing you can try for image assets is to convert it to WebP format. Now, WebP is an image format that is specifically built for web, so chances are it will enable you compress that file size to a point where it loads really fast but still maintains quality. The less obvious way of improving load time in your product is creating the perception of that product's loading faster. One of the ways to do that is to run away from spinning loaders. Spinning loaders create the perception that the thing is just taking so long to load and there's nothing really happening. So it leaves the users wondering what's going on without giving them feedback on what point they are in that loading process. So instead of using spinning loaders, what you can try is to use a skeleton instead. It creates the perception that that content or those pieces of content are being fetched, and users are more likely to be patient for that skeleton to load than they are for a spinning loader to complete. Second thing you can try to do is this. When there's a loader, it could be a loading bar that is gradually progressing. What you could do is to try and add some context to that loading bar. Now, what that additional context does is that it makes the user feel like they're being carried along and they're not just left out in the dirt and being hung out to dry. The third thing you can do is to mask loading with animations. Certain products do this by loading content while the splash screen is loading. Although if it's not used carefully, you can end up annoying the user instead of making the experience feel like it's being loaded faster. But I suggest that you go ahead and try out some of these tricks and tactics, and I'm sure you find out something that works for a product. Now you know.